What's your they had no idea who I was moment? I'm a paramedic, and last month I was grabbing coffee in my regular clothes after pulling a brutal 12-hour night shift. I was completely exhausted, wearing old ripped jeans and a wrinkled hoodie that probably smelled like a hospital, just wanting my usual black coffee before dragging myself home to crash. This woman in full designer everything, Louis Vuitton bag, Gucci shoes, the works, starts absolutely screaming at the teenage barista over her latte foam. This is absolutely disgusting. Look at this pathetic excuse for foam art. I specifically asked for a heart design, and this looks like roadkill. I want to speak to your manager right now. The poor kid looked terrified, hands visibly shaking, almost in tears. She couldn't have been older than 17, probably working her first job. I stepped up from the back of the line. Hey, maybe tone it down a bit. She's clearly trying her best here. This woman whipped around like I'd personally insulted her entire bloodline and her dead grandmother. She looked me up and down with pure, undisguised disgust. Excuse me? Mind your own damn business, you absolute loser. What are you, unemployed, homeless? Actually, let me guess. She cut me off completely, voice getting even louder. You work retail, fast food, let me guess, McDonald's, Taco Bell? She was practically shouting now, drawing every eye in the place. This is exactly why people like you will never, ever amount to anything meaningful in life. The entire coffee shop went dead silent, except for the espresso machine hissing in the background. Everyone was staring now. Other customers, the manager peeking out from the back office, even people walking by outside were stopping to look through the windows. The poor barista was visibly shaking behind the counter, gripping the edge like her life depended on it. Look at your absolutely disgusting, cheap clothes, she continued her unhinged rant, gesturing wildly. Those revolting old sneakers that look like they came from a dumpster. You probably can't even afford a real coffee from this place. Stop defending minimum wage workers when you're so clearly one yourself. You pathetic excuse for a human being. I tried my absolute best to stay calm and professional. Ma'am, I just think we should treat service workers with basic human respect and decency. Don't you dare ma'am me, you disgusting peasant. Her voice was reaching Karen levels I genuinely didn't know were humanly possible. I make 6 figures a year. I drive a brand new BMW X5. I live in a mansion in Westfield Estates. You probably take the filthy city bus everywhere like some kind of vagrant. Other customers were definitely pulling out their phones now, recording everything. This was absolutely going viral on TikTok within the hour. Guaranteed. People exactly like you, she jabbed her manicured finger directly at my chest, are what's fundamentally wrong with this entire generation. No ambition, no class, no money, no future. You probably still live with your parents at 30 years old like some kind of basement-dwelling loser. The barista whispered desperately. Please, ma'am, I can remake your entire drink for free. I don't want you to remake anything. And I definitely don't want life advice from this homeless-looking absolute nobody who clearly peaked in high school. That's exactly when my radio crackled to life from my jacket pocket, crystal clear in the dead silence. Unit 47, we have a cardiac emergency, elderly male, corner of 5th and Main Street. Possible massive heart attack. Caller reports patient completely unconscious and not breathing. I grabbed my radio without even thinking twice. Unit 47 responding immediately. ETA 2 minutes maximum. You literally could have heard a pin drop on carpet. Karen's face went from bright red rage to complete ghost white in about 2 seconds flat. I quickly pulled out my fully stocked medical emergency bag from behind the counter, where I'd quietly stashed it when I came in. I always kept it with me even when technically off duty, because emergencies don't wait for convenient timing. Oh my god, wait! The barista whispered, eyes going wide with sudden realization. That address, that's literally right next door to us. That's Mr. Peterson, the sweet elderly man who comes in here every single morning at exactly 8:15 for his regular coffee and blueberry Danish. I was already sprinting toward the door when Karen suddenly grabbed my arm desperately. Her voice was suddenly tiny and pathetic. Wait, hold on. You're actually a real paramedic? I turned back one final time. Yeah, I am. And thanks to your completely unhinged public performance, I'm now running late to potentially save the life of someone this barista actually knows and genuinely cares about. Real professional of you.